Cricket fans are becoming way too toxic. And honestly, after that last video I made about the apparent Virat Kohli Travis Head handshake snub, I've been thinking about it endlessly. If you get a chance, do watch that video. It gives a little bit of background. But that handshake itself wasn't actually the most interesting part of the story. The really disturbing part came afterwards, because after that moment went viral, Travis Head's wife Jessica revealed that she and their friends and even their family members have received waves of online abuse. She said it felt like a repeat of the World Cup in 2023, where Australia beat India. And suddenly we're no longer talking about cricket or competitiveness or a sporting rivalry. We're talking about strangers abusing somebody's wife over a game. Not even a big moment, just a moment in the game. And unfortunately, this is not an isolated incident anymore. Now, an important disclaimer. Most cricket fans are good people. Most cricket fans enjoy just watching the game. They're not sending abusive DMs to players' families at 3 a.m. That's not what they're about. But social media has changed fandom in a very specific way. It has concentrated the loudest, angriest, most obsessive voices into one permanently online ecosystem. And cricket, particularly modern cricket, has become incredibly vulnerable to that. Because think about what happened with the Kohli Head thing. A slightly awkward handshake, that's it, or non-handshake. But it wasn't a fight, it wasn't violent, it wasn't some horrific scandal, just an emotionally charged moment after a heated game. And within hours, abuse, threats, fan wars, thousands of comments, conspiracy theories, nationalistic arguments, and family members being dragged into it. That's completely unacceptable. Jessica Head's Instagram comments were flooded with abuse after threats, after the clip went viral. Even former Indian cricketer Akash Chopra, he publicly criticized the behavior, calling out the hypocrisy of fans targeting players' families over on-field incidents, or really non-incidents. And honestly, that's the key thing here. The players themselves, they often move on so much faster than the fans do. This isn't just an Indian cricket problem. I should point that out. I'm not bagging on Indian cricket fans. It's not an Australian cricket problem. It's not even a Pakistan cricket problem. But it is a modern sports problem. It's happening more and more often. Fans are taking their behavior to vile extremes. Earlier this year, Salman Ali Agha's wife publicly condemned the abuse directed at her and her son after Pakistan's poor performances at the T20 World Cup. Her line was actually incredibly sad. "Abusing me and my son won't win you the World Cup." And when you hear that sentence, you realize how far some sports discourse has really drifted away from reality. Because what are we actually doing at this point? You're angry because 11 people lost a cricket match, so you message abuse to somebody's family. That's not fandom anymore. That's emotional displacement. And what's interesting is that cricket used to be tribal, but locally tribal. You argued in pubs, in barbershops, at school, in offices, at cricket grounds. But now, the argument never ends. Social media has effectively turned cricket fandom into a 24-hour geopolitical simulation. And algorithms love this. They reward this. Because outrage performs better than nuance. A tweet saying Virat Kohli was probably just frustrated, that is not interesting. But Virat Kohli disrespects Travis Head, that goes everywhere instantly. The angrier the content, the more engagement it gets. And the more engagement it gets, the more the algorithm pushes it and rewards it. And that's what we're all being pushed towards. It means modern sports discourse increasingly rewards emotional extremity. And cricket has become uniquely vulnerable because of how emotionally and identity driven our sport is, particularly in South Asia. Players aren't just players. They become symbols, tribes, political identities, online fandom ecosystems. You have many thousands of accounts of Virat Kohli fans, or Rohit Sharma fans, or Babar Azam fans, or MS Dhoni fans. They're operating independently from the actual teams, but they exist and they make a fortune. Sometimes it genuinely feels like people support individual cricketers more passionately than their countries, and that creates a really strange environment because criticism of a player increasingly feels personal to fans. And once fandom becomes identity, criticism starts feeling like an attack. And that's when things get ugly, because online tribalism, it removes humanity very quickly. You stop seeing Travis Head's wife as a person, you start seeing a symbol of the opposition. You stop seeing Salman Ali Agha's child, you start seeing collateral damage in a fan war. That sounds dramatic, but honestly, that's exactly how online behavior functions psychologically. And there's actual evidence that this is getting worse. Ofcom in the UK, which is a regulatory body, it recently reported that online abuse is now having serious real-world effects on athletes, with many avoiding social media entirely because of harassment, threats, and mental health concerns. Sports organizations now employ moderation systems specifically designed to filter millions of abusive comments during tournaments. Think about how insane that is. Professional sport now requires industrial-scale abuse management infrastructure that barely existed 15 years ago. And maybe the saddest part of this, cricket, is actually one of the most emotionally beautiful sports in the world. Think about the things we love about cricket. As a Pakistan fan, I love the nostalgia, but you might love the tension, the rivalry, the drama, the national identity, the family memories, the emotion. That passion is good. Sport without emotion is meaningless. Nobody wants cricket to become some corporate LinkedIn thing. A bit of edge, a bit of rivalry, even a bit of needle, that's part of the theatre. But there's a massive difference between competitive hostility and complete dehumanization. Because once fans start targeting wives, husbands, children, families, religion, race, personal appearance, or private lives, you've stopped supporting sport. You're just using sport as an excuse for cruelty and inhumanity. And honestly, I think social media has quietly changed what fandom even is. In the past, fans mostly watched sport. Now many fans perform fandom online. You might have seen that with some Arsenal fans recently. Constantly defending players, attacking rivals, ratioing journalists, joining fan armies, creating outrage cycles. Everything becomes content, everything becomes warfare, everything becomes us versus them. And maybe that's why tiny moments now explode so dramatically. A missed handshake, a facial expression, a celebration, a tweet. I know, I made the video too. But the video wasn't a call to arms, it was a call to calm. Because social media doesn't reward calm interpretation, it rewards escalation. And unfortunately, cricket fans are not immune to that. If you're a cricket fan, my plea to you is to be sensible, understand the people you're talking about are human beings, and offer them some respect. That's what I think anyway. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of all of this stuff that's going on. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy my content, please do consider subscribing. Until next time, I will see you soon.